Alright, doing another draft breakdown. This video is going to be on Oklahoma State right tackle Teven Leroy Jenkins. Like I said, he's the right tackle for Oklahoma State. Got some matches with Joseph Asai in this game. And Teven Jenkins, to me, is a first round offensive tackle. I like Darashaw. I think he's better than Darashaw. I think he's a first round offensive tackle. 6'6", 315 pounds. The Exos did a pro day. Now, I don't use their 40 time, their shuttles, but what you can use is their bench press and their vertical jump. 34 bench press reps at tackle. 33-inch vertical jump, which is like 90 percentile for his spot. He's got experience at guard and tackle. Some people think he might move into guard. It could make sense because you'll see in this, he has a lot of quick sets, horizontal sets. He doesn't get vertical a lot. Oklahoma State didn't have him doing that, so that's where you could see some of that speculation. Also, has played a little bit of guard, but he's just a bully. He is a bully. His hands are pliers. He has pliers for hands. Once he's locked onto you, you're not leaving. I think his feet are good. I think he doesn't lean. He's got good hands. Like I really like Teven Jenkins. I think he's awesome. Whoever gets him is going to have a hell of a football player. Some think he shouldn't play tackle because of athleticism. I think he's fine. I think he's fine. He's not the greatest athlete in the world, but I think he's fine. I think he's got good knee bend. Patient. He's very patient in the run game. He mauls dudes, or not doesn't mauls dudes. He bullies dudes with good technique. I think he's good at getting to the second level. So, anyways, let's go through it. We'll start with the pass game. We'll start with the quick sets, the jump sets, the horizontal sets. So again, he's at right tackle. I mean, this is against Joseph Asai, who I like Joseph Asai. Again, once he's got his hands locked on you, doesn't lean in his punch. I feel like he's got good, like decent knee bend. Then where you go, I'll go. Ball out. Again. Plier hands. Once he's locked on you, it's over. It's over. And then if you're going to try, okay, I'm locked on you. Now I'm going to try and get my hand over you and redirect. Well, I'm going to bury you. And I've never seen a guy pancake so many people on pass plays. Like, you got guys who are maulers in the run game, but he just pancakes people on pass plays. It's crazy. And just finishes them. Again, plier hands. If you try and redirect, he's going to bury you. Again, good. A quick set. Not getting vertical, but the player's trying to go around the edge. Gets those hands off him, reloads. Like him to keep his hands a little higher. Push him around the pocket. Wait. Good play. Good play. Yeah. You want to redirect? Watch this right hand. I mean, that's just pure strength. That right hand just to throw that defensive end like that. Just to throw him. I mean, just locked on to this defensive end. Like, it's just over. His feet keeps a wide base the entire time. Ball out. And so Joseph Asai had some sacks in this game, but the numbers do not tell the story of the matchup with him and Teven Jenkins. Again, protects the inside on this. It's a slide protection. He doesn't have an inside threat because this player slants in. Okay, it's over. I am locked on you. I have my hands inside. But the QB scrambles and Asai gets a sack. But that's not a bad play. That's a good play by Teven Jenkins. Like, that's not because of Teven Jenkins. That's a quarterback created sack. Lined up here again, right tackle. He's always gonna be that right tackle. Now here he gives up the edge a little bit. So you got the quick set. And He goes to break that handoff. When he does that, the defensive end pulls him forward and is able to operate that swim move. But even I time this at this point right here at time of the throw, this is 4.04 seconds. The average time, the highest average time in the NFL is like 3 point some seconds. Obviously, some plays are designed to go longer. But like even on this rep, that's not great. Like this is, that's not a rep. That's not a rep you go back and you're mad at him for. Got him lined up here on this one. I don't know why I keep saying that. Again, Osai tries to dip low, and I think this is where it's like his IQ shows up. Is where some guys they're not ready to react in play. It's like, okay, you're gonna dip low, I'm just gonna sit on you. Like I'm like you're gonna try and dip low around the edge, I'm just gonna sit on you. And that's not gonna get called for holding. Now let's go through some of the reps that aren't essentially vertical sets, but are more like what he's gonna be asked to do in the NFL. Good hands. They got that right hand on him. The defense end's extended, ready to bull. Swipes it off. Swipes it off. Hands it back inside. Hands back inside. Again, watch the hand. Gets that hand off him. Gets Osai's hand off of him. And now you're ready. Feet ready. Goes for a punch. Okay. That's not going to work. Patient. It will just mirror the defender here. When you've got a defensive end who reaches this point, it's like, okay, I'm just going to hope he scrambles. That's a huge win. When a defensive end gets to the point where it's like, okay, I've totally lost this rep, I'm just going to disengage and hope this guy scrambles out or something, or I'm just going to keep my contain. Pretty good rep here versus Osai. Again, he doesn't have, much experience with this. Hands off, reload. Wash him around the pocket. Where are we winning this at? We are winning this at 9-10 yards. That's a win. You get that guy around the pocket at 9-10 yards. That's a win 9 times out of 10. Here on this swing pass, just again, this isn't anything crazy, but get the hand on him. Guy goes to lean in and bull, swipe. And then what I like is he falls on him. When they're on the ground, get on him. I love that. I love his competitive edge with that stuff. Here, this is where you could worry a little bit. Is that without a ton of experience without vertical sets, which is getting back, I probably should explain that. That this inside will be exposed. So he's gonna have to get work on that, and I think that's why some people think he should move the guard. Just kind of leaves that inside exposed. And here, this is the last play of the game. This game went into overtime. Just opens the hips up, and this is what Oklahoma State does. But we're at 2 yards and the hips are basically already opened up, and you're allowing somebody to get around the corner. You're allowing Osai to get around the corner. So on a play where they blitz like this, Osai is able to chase the guy down. And this is a 4th down and 8 in overtime. But if you get vertical and don't open these hips up like this, you're able to slow this down. We're able to stop it. And then Osai has a game-winning sack, and the narrative is that Osai dominated Jenkins in this game, when that's just not true. That's just not true. In the run game, let's go through the run game a little bit. First play, they run a stunt on this. Beautifully picked up. Beautifully picked up. Osai slants in. Make sure that gets over to the guard. Bam. Gets great hand placement on this guy, on this linebacker. And then, again, I always say this if anybody watched my O-line videos during the season. When they try to redirect, bury him. He redirects, Jenkins buries him. And what I love about this dude is he's disrespectful. I want my offensive linemen to be disrespectful human beings. I want them to have no respect for the opponent. And watch this. Just going to let you know. Just going to let you know that I am walking over you because I just put your ass in the grass. I love that. I love that. That's so important to me. I like just that that pops you up a notch in my book. Got him lined up here on this one. Good movement. This is an RPO, but good wide base. A little high, but I feel like decent knee bend. He doesn't really bend. His hips aren't the most flexible, but good hand placement and able to get movement on the guy. Lined up on this one. So this is trying to be outside zone. This is trying to be outside zone, but coaches teach once you get to a certain point and you're not able to get like totally outside of his shoulder, just drive him into the sideline. And that's what Jenkins does. I mean, watch him move Jenkins. It's like, okay, you're flowing, I'm going. And we'll see. I clipped it from the other view. You see the arrow. Watch where he ends up. On the other sideline, through the coaches, on the bench. That's a guy who is, could be, an early second round pick, a first round pick in Osai. And he just put him on the bench. That's what happens when you play JV players, not day 1, day 2 draft picks. Like that's crazy. On a draw play, does a great job influencing on this. And then, again, like this is a run play, but these are like pass blocking reps. And just brute strength. I mean, just brute strength. Just throw this. This is a like I said, all those nice things that I said about Joseph Asai. That's what Teven Jenkins is doing to him. Get another draw play. Just bench presses him off him. 34 bench press reps he had. 34 bench press reps he had. I mean, that's beautiful stuff. And I think he does a good job working to the second level, working to the linebackers. Let's go through it. Bam. Nice and calm. Helps out. Puts the hand out. Bam. Sealed it off. Sealed it off. Good job. Good job. Next play. I got to get out there. I got to get out and move. I'm a right tackle trying to get to this side of this linebacker who's a better athlete than me. Get out there. Flip the hips. Seal it off. Flip the hips. Seal it off. Comboing up to here. I mean, good job moving the guy. Forcing him to where that guard wants him to be. Get to your linebacker, seal him off. Get to your linebacker, seal him off. And again, this is the read guy. The QB makes the wrong read on this. This is the guy who's making the play. If this end plays the quarterback and is out of the picture, well, you got yourself a nice freaking hole right up here. You got yourself 4 or 5 yards. And if the QB keeps, you might have 6. But obviously they're all reading at that point. So, man, I love this dude, Teven Jenkins. I fell in love with him. And I like Joseph Osai. I'm going to put out a video eventually on Osai, too. Like, I like Osai. I think he's good. But, I mean, Teven Jenkins is just a bully. And, you know, I remember Tristan Wirfs saying, hey, I never, like, and I was the guy who said Tristan Wirfs should play guard. Now I look back and look at myself dumb. And Teven Jenkins is a guy who reminds me of Wirfs. I don't think he's as good as Wirfs, but he's a guy who reminds me of Wirfs. And it's like, hey, he never really got asked to do vertical sets. So I think this guy will be able to pick it up. You know, maybe he ends up playing guard, but I would at least try this guy out at tackle because I think he can be a beast, and I think he's a top 20 pick in the draft. Appreciate it. If you like these videos, like, subscribe, check out the draft playlist, all that good stuff. Appreciate you. See you next time.